Welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about the effects of being chronically online. And you've probably heard of this term come up recently. And it's mostly affecting our generation, obviously. But obviously there's, exceptions. I've seen like chronically online old people. Those people are losers, but honestly, I can't blame our generation. Like, we grew up on, the internet and social media and just whatever the fuck was, coming up during our time. And, I really just can't blame our generation because the people around us, especially the adults, they were using the phones. And I'm a firm believer in whenever you're a kid and you see someone that you admire doing something, you automatically follow. So for most people, all they saw their parents were doing was being on the computer or on the phone, on Facebook or whatever the fuck. And they saw that and they said, okay, well, if my parents do that, then I should be able to do it too. And I should do it. Now, for other people who were, in my opinion, more fortunate, they were fortunate enough to have a support system that forbid them from using technology. Not like forbid, but restricted technology in a way that made the child understand. So, you know how most parents, they discipline their child and they take away their shit, but they do it in like a harsh way, a way that comes off as, you can't do this because I don't like it. It came off as that for most people, but for some parents who were smart enough to know this, they knew that if they parented their children in a way that felt condescending, in a way that felt like they weren't supposed to do like anything that they can do, they parented their children in a way that made them understand. Now, obviously, I'm not a parent, so I wouldn't really know. But I've seen from the example of other parents and how they've treated their children and how they've parented their children. They literally sat down with them, had a conversation with them, or, went outside, went on a walk and, told the children why they shouldn't use technology that much and why they shouldn't use social media that much. It's not technology, because technology is everywhere. You got to use it. Even I'm using technology right now. But social media in general, they told them in a way that made them think critically, even at the small age of 7 or 6, made them think critically, and they're like, okay, well, social media is bad, and my parents say it's bad, so I should just keep on listening to them because I don't want to upset them. That's what most kids think. Even I remember as a kid, I never wanted to disappoint my parents. But then once they got really authoritative and they started taking away some privileges of mine, I instantly felt some sort of resentment, because when you're a kid, you don't like being demeaned. Just like every other human, you don't like being told what not to do and what to do. So, for me, I was a rebellious person growing up as a kid. But I've now come to realize that the way to really teach your children is to do something that's productive, but at the same time you're teaching them and you're making them understand why something is bad. Sorry, I went on that tangent. I don't know why I was talking about how to parent kids, even though I'm not a parent, but I'm just giving my 2 cents on what I think. So chronically online, what happens when you're chronically online? Well, first, you become dependent on it. And when you become dependent on the internet, you gain all sort of satisfaction from the internet, and you sort of lose this innate desire to go out and explore things like you would when you were a child because you were curious all the time. So that's the first thing. You become dependent on it. And then once you become dependent on it, number 2, you lose the ability to socialize properly with normal people. And when you're chronically online, you meet a lot of weird people. And I've gone through this phase of my life where I was really chronically online during COVID especially. And it really like tears away at your psyche. It really tears away at whatever social skills you had, and it destroys you. It destroys you mentally and also physically, especially because once you become dependent on social media, you don't feel the need to go outside and actually perform some hard physical work in order to build your body. So that's number 2. Number 3 is that you become easily irritable. Now, what that means is when you're on social media all the time and when you're online all the time, most people, they'll be a yes man. And what that means is they'll basically just tell you, oh yeah, you're right. You know, you're always right. You're never wrong type shit, right? And when you feel like you're always right, your ego builds. And so when someone tells you, someone of your family or someone who, even if you had a friend in real life, they would tell you, hey man, you gotta stop using social media and internet so much. Like it's ruining your life. You never talk to me. You never come outside. And your ego is so inflated that you can't even take their advice, their good-hearted advice, to become a better person. So you just shut them out and you say, what the fuck do they know about me? They don't know anything, blah, 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 blah. So you isolate yourself and you become egocentric. Now, why is this so bad? Well, if you don't think this is bad, then there's no hope. Well, there is hope, but it's very slim for you to get hope. So just go outside, bro. Like, you know how people online now as well, they say, bro, go touch some grass or some shit like that? Well, actually go fucking touch some grass, bro. Because it's no way to live just sitting in your fucking chair all day for 8 hours a day, playing video games or browsing Twitter for God knows how long. And by the end of it, you're so mentally fried, you can't even perform the simplest of tasks, like talk to a family member or, you know, do work. This is why I urge you to not be chronically online. And I guess that's pretty much it, but I don't see my channel. My main focus on this channel is to just give you the realest of my thoughts. And I know that no matter how many videos I make, there's always going to be like some percentage of the people that watch my videos that just watch them just to watch. They're not even like ingesting the content or actually applying some real life skills to it. So I just want you to really consider your choices of what you're doing in life. And I think you should start writing down what you do on a daily basis and go watch my other videos, start writing things down. It's one of my top viewed videos, so it should be pretty easy to find, but really reconsider what you think is normal and what you should do in your life. And that's how you'll find out what your problem is. So yeah, thanks for watching this video. Drop a like, drop a sub, drop a comment. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Drop a comment if you guys have any ideas for the next video. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.